Thought I'd put a video together just to help people out with the winch cameras. A couple of issues that people are having is not getting good reception on the monitor and trim settings between the handset and the winch. So I thought a video explaining how to do things is probably better than written instructions. So if you turn the monitor on, in the top left of the screen up here, you're given CH and then a letter with a dash and then a number. So your letter, this one is D, that can be moved up and down with the band button. It goes red and then it starts moving all the way up from A, B, C, D, R and back to A. And then the channel number 6, that can be moved up with the CH plus button, and that'll go 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it only goes up to 8, and you need to make sure that you're on the correct channel, else you're not going to get good reception. You'll get a snowy screen or a black screen or something like that. So two ways of doing this. Normally I always set the winches on like channel A1 or channel A8, but there's a handy little button here called the search button, and when you press that it'll automatically search through and pick the strongest signal for your winch camera system. So if I turn the winch on, excuse me, get back onto the trim in a second. I'm not getting any sort of like reception whatsoever, so I'm going to hold the search button down, and basically that'll scan through all of the channels. And now it's come to B8, keep scanning, it'll pick all the different channels up that it can get. Now it's picked D7 up, keep scanning. Now it's picked channel A1 up, and we can tell that's the strongest signal there because it's got the most bars next to the antenna symbol there. So this winch unit here is on channel A1. We can see that that's A and that's 1. So I normally put them on A1 or A8. So just bear that in mind when looking for the correct channel. They do come pre-set up with the correct channel on. But if you lose that, just remember, use the band button and select A, use the channel button and select 1, or just use the search button until you get the signal and the strength up there. Now onto the winch. There is 2 buttons on the winch control handset. You got STL and STR. Now this is set on N00, which is dead center. Now if I move the winch, you can see it's moving up and down with the wheel. Now if you have it where it's just gradually creeping out on its own like so, you need to adjust that with like either 1 or 2 clicks, L or R, depending on whether it's going down or whether it's coming up. And then you hold the enter button down and you'll hear a little bleep. There you go. So that's stored it now. So next time I turn this handset off and turn it back on, it should be dead center. Now it does change from now and again, so it's correct, it does do that. So you might turn it on and you might just need to go to R1 or R2, or you might go to L1 or L2. Now that's on L1, and you can just about hear the winch just making a little buzz, little click noise. That's perfectly normal, it's not faulty. So I'm just going to move that back down to N00, hold the wheel down, which is there, and that will store that, so the next time you turn the winch handset on and off, it's always in that N00. Or if it's R01 that you need to do, you could just hold that button down and that'll store it, so that when you turn the handset off and turn it back on again, it stores automatically on R01, but for this winch it's N00. I'm going to hold that down, and that's saved. Now the other setting that you can double check on your winch is the EXP, and that should always be set at -99. So if you want it to adjust that and it isn't set at -99, you'd press the enter button until the channel 1 starts flashing, and you press the end button and now you can see that the 99 is flashing. Then use the wheel to scroll up or down and I'll adjust that to -99. Then you hold the enter button down and that stores it. The other thing just to double check is this sort of like firm grip on the wheel. Make sure that it's not pushed up tight to the inside edge here, because that will hold the wheel in the non-central position. So make sure that's well away and out, and there's a clear gap there so it doesn't get caught or any sort of like friction just jamming it off center slightly. So that's basically how and best practice to set your winch up. I've got a black screen on this monitor, but this is a 2-camera system. So using the switcher button, I can just switch over to the secondary camera, which I haven't got plugged in at the moment. But like I say, you can hear the winch just making a little sort of like buzzy clicky noise. That's perfectly fine, don't worry about that. And the other thing is that yes, the antenna connection gets extremely hot. Again, that is perfectly normal. So yeah, that's the little instructional video. Just remember that, you know, to trim your winch and don't let your winch hit the bottom, because like if you hit the bottom, watch what happens to the cable. It wants to spit it out. You see how it's just doing that, and then that's going to cause you problems. So you don't want to be hitting the bottom of the lake and letting extra cable out. You need to be keeping that tightly wound at all times, and probably even better practice would be to let this cable out and relay it completely perfect on there. And you can hear that winch is just making a little clicky noise. Again, I can adjust that just by a little click on there and holding that down there. Perfectly normal. Okay, thank you.